China just weaponized the periodic table. India's counting bodies Pakistan try to hide. And somewhere between Mongolia's uranium mines and Europe's open doors, the world order is being rewritten in real time. Let's break it down. Welcome to Top of the Morning by Mint. I'm your host, Nelson John. This is your smart daily briefing on what matters. From big moves and business to headlines shaping India and the world, we cut through the noise so you start your day informed and ahead. It's Wednesday, October 15th. Let's get started. Here's the thing about rare earths. They sound exotic, but they're everywhere. Your phone, your electric car, even the most advanced military tech depend on these 17 metallic elements. And China produces 97% of them. Last week, Beijing tightened the screws. New export controls will block rare earth supplies to any company tied to foreign militaries. For the US, now that's a serious problem. We are talking F-35 fighter jets, advanced submarines, and Tomahawk missiles, all potentially compromised. These elements aren't just nice to have. They power lasers, guidance systems, radar technology, and everything from cellular phones to electric vehicles and flat-screen monitors. China's dominance in this sector has been a potential geopolitical tool for years. U.S. Secretary of State Scott Bessent isn't panicking, but he's making calls.
We have already been in touch with the allies. We will be meeting with them this week. And I expect that we will get substantial global support from the Europeans, from the Indians, from the democracies in Asia. And we will not let these export restrictions and monitoring go on.
President Trump already threatened a 100% tariff on Chinese exports in response. Tensions are escalating fast, but tariffs don't solve the supply problem. That's where India comes in. The US and India have been quietly building an alternative. In 2023, India joined the US-led Mineral Security Partnership to diversify supply chains away from Chinese control. During Prime Minister Modi's Washington visit in February, both countries announced a strategic mineral recovery initiative. The plan is to extract critical minerals like lithium, cobalt, and rare earths from heavy industries such as aluminum production, coal mining, and oil and gas operations. What this really means is a fundamental global supply chain shift. China's rare earth monopoly has given Beijing leverage in negotiations with America for years. Now, the U.S. is betting on democratic allies to break that stronghold. Whether Washington and its partners can move fast enough to build alternative supply chains is the real question. The clock is ticking, and America's defense capabilities may depend on the answer. At a military briefing with leaders from 32 countries this week, India dropped a bombshell about what really happened during Operation Sindoor in May. Lieutenant General Rajiv Ghai told the gathering that over 100 Pakistani soldiers were killed during the 4-day confrontation along the LOC. The twist? Pakistan revealed its own casualties accidentally. Our initial estimate was 35 to 40 casualties.
And at that point in time, if you recollect my media interaction, I'd said about 35 to 40 is what our estimate was. But the Pakistanis, possibly unwittingly, let out their awards list. I think last month it was on the 14th of August. And the number of posthumous awards that they awarded suggests to us now that their casualties on the line of control were also in excess of 100.
Here's what went down. After the April 22nd Pahalgam terror attack that killed 26 people, India launched Operation Sindoor on May 7th. Between then and the ceasefire on May 10th, Indian forces demolished 9 terror camps, killing at least 100 terrorists. The IAF struck 13 Pakistani air bases and military installations. Air Chief Marshal A.P. Singh later confirmed Pakistan lost 12 to 13 aircraft, including F-16s and JF-17s. What made this different from past strikes? Our military actions were targeted, controlled, non-escalatory, and openly acknowledged, Ghai explained. By May 10th, Pakistan's military called seeking a ceasefire. The message was clear. India had changed the rules of engagement. Mongolia and India, they don't share a border, but they're acting like close neighbors. Mongolian President Kurlesuk Ukna wrapped up talks with Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Tuesday, and the agenda was ambitious. Uranium, a massive oil refinery, and deeper defense ties. This was the first visit by a Mongolian president in 6 years, and both countries made it count with 10 agreements covering everything from mineral exploration to digital solutions. Here's why this matters. India wants uranium and Mongolia has 90,000 tons of it in reserves. We have offered our interest in partnering with Mongolia for uranium. We will be taking up the dialogue in the coming months, said P. Kumaran, Secretary in the External Affairs Ministry. India is also eyeing copper, gold and zinc. Then there's the Mongol refinery, a $1.7 billion project funded by an Indian line of credit. It's India's largest development partnership globally, set to begin operations in 2028 with capacity to produce 1.5 million tons of crude oil annually. Modi called it crucial for Mongolia's energy security. On defense, India will post a resident defense attaché in Ulaanbaatar and expand training programs. Mongolia wants Indian expertise, especially on drones. Modi summed it up simply, India will be a strong and reliable partner for Mongolia's development. Google just made its biggest move in India. The tech giant is investing $15 billion over 5 years to build its second largest AI hub globally in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. It is the largest one we will be building anywhere in the world outside of the US, said Google Cloud CEO Thomas Kurian at the launch event in New Delhi. This isn't just another data center. Google is partnering with Adani Connex and Airtel to deploy gigawatt-scale computing capacity. There's also a new international subsea cable landing in Vizag to boost India's internet speed and global connectivity. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu, who built Hyderabad's high-tech city in the 90s, sees this as a full circle. In India, penetration and use of AI is very high. We have to drive it to the next level, he said. IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnav proposed making the Andaman the next Singapore for data hubs, noting that the island chain could connect Southeast Asia and Australia. Google CEO Sundar Pichai confirmed he briefed Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the plans, calling it a hub that will accelerate AI innovation and drive growth across the country. Indian exporters are about to get a massive break. Duty-free access to Europe's $25 trillion economy is within reach. Within 3 free trade agreements nearly sealed. 2 are already done. The ETFA block deal is now in force, and the UK agreement is ready to roll. The big one, the EU FTA covering 27 countries and a $20 trillion economy, could be wrapped up by December after talks last week showed major progress. Commerce Secretary Rajesh Agrawal met EU trade officials in Brussels on October 10th, and both sides are pushing to finalize the deal. Timing matters. With US tariffs hitting Indian exports hard, Europe offers relief. Apparel exporters expect their sales to jump 2.5 times from the current $1.4 billion. The EU is already India's largest merchandise trading partner at $136.53 billion in bilateral trade. What this really means is India is diversifying away from US dependence while European markets open wide. That's all for today. Thank you for joining in. We're eagerly looking forward to our next Top of the Morning episode, which will be packed with the latest news. Until then, this is Nelson John signing off. Have a great day.